we just ask you to come in with the
open mind and open heart.
mind, man. You know, anything.
Right? I'm wearing the dog suit for a reason.
Yeah,
I mean, open mind is what I have.
Well, good, because you're gonna need it. Because welcome to Almost Normal, and joining us today is Greg.
Hello.
Today, Greg, we're gonna be talking about werecats. Do you know what a werecat
is? Is this different than a werewolf?
Yeah, but like a cat.
It looks like a cat.
Remember
that old Scooby-Doo cartoon when they're on like the island and they all like turn into cat people?
So you're talking about Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island?
They turn into like cat people.
I guess
people that turn into cats.
Oh, okay.
Like a werecat.
Like a werecat. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it, but also we'll get into it. This topic was Greg researching this topic. I sifted through so many things about furries that I don't ever want to get back on Google Chrome in my life because
my search history is ruined for this one.
Believe it or not,
incognito.
Believe it or not a lot of people see werecats. So, but
a lot of people are werecats.
Yeah. Also joining us, the bald, the beautiful, and in a full dog suit is Robert Bragg. I wish you could see this.
My mortal enemy is the werecat, so I had to wear the dog suit.
The dog suit. We talked about it last episode where your wife sent that snap where she was extremely disappointed of you in a dog suit on all fours barking at your dog.
I was very excited about
it. It returns. So
I think Wesley was riding on my back.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, Wesley was on your back. That was your only saving grace.
Podcast, but can people see Robert right now?
No, they can't.
No.
Okay,
we will.
That's fucked up. So like the gift should just be of Robert and the dog.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
If
like halfway down,
really open it up. No, please zip it up. You're making me too happy.
Hot sweat. Okay, no, it's too late.
Snap in the picture.
So I did get a picture. We'll put it up, Greg. We'll fit it up or something. Yeah. we love to do it. I actually have a cover art for this episode. You're in it.
I'm ready.
You're in it.
Let
me see if I can.
Yeah, find it. I would love to see it.
It's beautiful. It took me 20 hours to make this.
That's insane.
I know. Disregard all of the.
Is it me on Fear Street?
That was mine. I don't think you ever posted it unless did you post it a while ago?
I did.
Oh. that is certainly an image. That is crazy.
It is.
So I mean, I assume vulgarity. You don't really care about that too much.
Greg, I've had to edit a lot of things out. Like we go at it. We don't care.
I was like, that thing's fucking bloody, dude.
It is.
My body is torn to shreds.
If you can think about it, I mean, it's a person that turns into like a tiger. It'd be pretty.
So why is it not called like a tiger? Wait, what is this? Werecat? Why is it called like a were-tiger?
There is. We're gonna get into all the were feline species. Don't worry, Greg. We've got it covered. We dug into it.
But, ready.
Before we get started, Greg, you want to plug your Twitch real quick?
Hello, I am Greg, aka known as It's Gerg. You can find me at twitch.tv/itsgerg. I stream every day. And,
absolutely.
You find me It's Gerg _ pretty much anywhere.
Absolutely worth a follow. It's a good time, good community, and get to watch Bob get his ass beat in Smash quite often.
Yes, absolutely true. He's got the LeBron hairline, and it recedes back a little further every time he loses. So he got no hair.
He'll be fucking it soon.
Oh, damn.
That's bad.
Greg, I do appreciate
it's really bad.
You're gonna put a hat on.
You going after Bob and not me, so that makes me happy.
Also, I don't, we're not like I've known Robert for we worked together what was it, like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
That's insane to think about.
And he put
that's like crazy.
Look how self-conscious he is, but he's wearing a dog suit. You have no respect for yourself, Robert. You're wearing a dog suit. Don't worry about being bald.
That's okay.
So, all right, Greg, what? Jesus Christ! Shit. I'm just
all right.
Yeah, I'm lost in his eyes. It's before we get started. Greg, what do you think about the paranormal? What do you think about werewolves, werecats, ghosts, aliens?
So ghosts
whatever.
and stuff?
Any of it.
I would say, like I'm an avid disbeliever. Not like I'm not like super like I'm not like
real skeptic.
I'm not like real skeptical. It's like I guess it's hard to like kind of explain because when I was younger, my dad lived in like Gettysburg for a while, which is like a huge like paranormal like center for it's back during like one of the harshest wars and stuff.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people died, and there's like just constantly like all kinds of things like spooky going on around that area. But nothing really. You would take pictures and stuff, and there would be like orbs in them, and you'd be like, "It's a ghost." And then you'd watch all these documentaries and stuff, and it'd be like, "I stayed up on the 3rd floor of this hotel, and in this one room, I swear I heard a baby cry." It's like, yeah, there's probably a fucking kid in the room next to you.
I think we're on the same page. I'm about an hour north of Gettysburg, and we just did a ghost hunt over the summer. We talked about it before.
Was Robert there?
No, I wish.
No.
Okay, that would have been epic.
Robert has not come down to see me at my place yet. I think a bunch of my other friends have. Robert hasn't, but it's no worries.
That's pretty. That's pretty fucked up. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out to the real OGs who have come down, but
true that.
No, it was a waste of money. I mean, obviously,
so nothing happened.
Well, yeah,
it's not like
happened. It's just,
I guess, like how to put it is like I'm not like. It's just like when you think about it, it's like you're like, okay, so it could be realistic, but odds are is not. As somebody who hasn't like ever had like a ghostly experience before, you're like an avid disbeliever, right? It's like it would be cool if stuff like that existed, but regardless of whether or not it does, it's hard to say, right?
I think that we're pretty skeptical here as well. We just like to learn about the stories that are that people like, but we try to find the stories that are way out there. Obviously,
like the werecat.
Yeah. So, well, that's good. Yeah, we're pretty skeptical, but there's some things I'll bend on. Obviously, reptilians being the first one, but that's for another day. So, before we get into it, we like to do a little bit of current news, Greg. So,
okay, I'm ready. I have thoughts on the Astro World thing.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I saw you post something on Twitter about it, so I figured I'd throw that in there for you. But
thank you. I mean,
the infrastructure
it's pretty fucked up.
It is. So the infrastructure bill was passed. It's like $1.2 trillion. So it's about time that maybe they actually did something. So I guess that's a win. But I'm sure half of what it's supposed to go to will not be seen by the light of day. NASA Chief Bill Nelson opened to the possibility that recent UFO sightings are otherworldly, which makes sense because we can't explain it, and our military chases it around just about every day. So, no idea on that. And then the Astro World Festival crowd crushes 8 people to death at a Travis Scott concert.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked up.
That is.
It's okay. So so I posted something on Twitter earlier because like the article made me upset. Like, and I don't normally get like irritated about things. But the article is from Houston, which is where the concert took place, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And it says, here's the article. And then I'll read you the line that was in the article. It says, Travis Scott concerts. Fun-filled, high energy, but chaotic. That's the tagline that they went for. Literally in the article, tragically, the Grammy-nominated actor's energetic show this time turned deadly after at least 8 people between the ages of 14 to 27 were killed during a crowd surge at his music festival in Houston on Friday evening. So, what about Travis Scott concerts? Fun-filled, high energy, but chaotic. Why would you advertise it as that if something tragic happened? It's fucked up.
That's
a news station. I don't want to get too deep into it because obviously
go off.
It's fucked up, man.
There's two things to it, like what you said, the reaction to it, and probably the ownership group of it is. I mean, reading stuff online, it sounds like there were several attempts to get the attention of people on stage.
Man. People were like, stop the concert.
Nobody gave a shit. The second thing is, if you're a person in your life that you feel so strongly that you need to be close enough to the stage to trample over people at a Travis Scott concert, you are a piece of shit. Like,
it's crazy.
Something's incredibly wrong.
I couldn't imagine. I've never been like, okay, so there's a YouTuber that I have followed for probably like 8 years now, and he liked a tweet that I responded to him with yesterday, and I like lost my mind. And that's probably like the closest thing that I've ever gotten. Like, I was like starstruck. I was like, oh my god, he liked my tweet. I couldn't imagine like running up to him and like begging him to like touch my hand. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Now the other thing is like people are like, here's the thing, right? Whether or not Travis Scott is to blame for a lot of the situation. Now there are things that he has done that has promoted the
incited riots and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's been like he's like, we gotta squeeze people in. I don't care if they gotta sneak in. Like, besides that stuff, there's 100,000 people in there, and he might. I imagine it's pretty overwhelming if you have 100,000 people in front of you. Maybe he didn't see the things or hear what people were saying because there's like a lot of noise, right? I don't know. It's a concert. If I'm Travis Scott and I hear that stuff happens, I'm like, I should probably quit, or I should probably do something. But
I've done a little bit of reading. It doesn't sound like he's a type of fellow to stop.
So apparently, just reading on. I mean, he's accused of being a pedophile, pretty much.
I know.
We know that. That's an accusation. It is true. Like, this guy is not. He's not a stand-up guy. So, like, I mean,
but he makes good music. So, like,
I do enjoy. No, I do enjoy his music. But
I'm not saying it's a joke, obviously, but like, I don't listen to Travis Scott past like a feature of him in a song or something.
I'd
never heard of the man until today. So
he is getting sued for this.
Yeah, I don't
know too. So
I'm not up on like the.
Yeah, you've got suing.
You have to sue. You have to sue the company because you see other bands. There was like somebody posted online today, and I know we're going way off on this, but like at a Linkin Park concert, they like stopped it completely. And, like,
it was like Foo Fighters. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, but beyond that, fuck them. So, a Taiwan official admits U.S. has military personnel on the island training their military. So, not a good thing for Chinese-U.S. relations as it pertains to everybody, every 7 billion people in the world. Bob, I don't know if you got the details, but Bob said he heard of a Bigfoot sighting up in PA, up in his neck of the woods. So
yeah, it was by you. Is that it's outside Gettysburg or something like that. It starts with an S. I can't remember the city. It's just my coworker just came up to me. He's like, you hear about this Bigfoot sighting in center of PA? I was like, no, tell me more, please. Tell me everything you know about it.
Do they know you run a podcast?
No, not a lot of people do.
They looked at you and went, "This looks like the type of dude that wants to talk about."
Well, we've talked about it before. I've just never divulged the information. I do.
You should be pushing your podcast.
I should be. I should be plugged in at work.
Greg, our promotion is limited to posting our link in your self-promotion page and on Facebook. That is it.
Yeah, but people watch it.
Well, we don't care. We do it for we've got like a certain amount of listeners or whatever. Just whatever.
No, that's cool. Yeah. No, not that I'm like prying into like the insects and stuff.
Literally,
I think if people listen to a podcast at all, that's insane.
Yeah,
it's 2021, dude.
You got to.
I mean, yeah.
But anyways, it was just a sighting in the woods in center PA, and I could not find literally one snippet of information.
That is some shitty research you did, Bob.
I scoured.
So did they like? So they saw Bigfoot, right?
Right.
Did they like? Is it possible that it was just a tall man?
It's always possible. It's a tall man.
It's always possible.
You mean it is possible? You mean it is a tall man? Is what you're saying?
Well, if you want to get technical,
if you want to be skeptical,
the Bigfoot. Some people consider them people and/or star people from the sky sent to here to save us.
Yep.
Right. So
I like the interdimensional Bigfoot theory.
The interdimensional Bigfoot is probably the best. They're telepathic. It's all good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolute. That's an absolute banger. First episode, telepathic Bigfoots. Tiger attacks on the rise in the India Chandrapur region. They usually average around 30 to 40 attacks a year. Now, this was a couple weeks ago. They're up to like 31 this year so far. So,
is that crazy considering it's November?
I don't know. Is it tiger attack season right now?
It's
if it's 30 to 40 attacks a year, right? And it's November, so
this was
on the average.
This was like a month ago, yeah. So they're gonna go a little bit.
That's crazy then.
Yeah. So it's rough over there. I know that they deal with man-eating tigers a lot more now. They say they're trying to control that population, but they also have some laws that prevent them from killing some endangered things and things like that. So it's a mess. But so speaking of tigers, obviously, I don't even know if those were actual tiger attacks or if they're were-tigers. It could have been werecats.
You mean the werecat?
Yeah. So I'm going to ask both of you. I mean, Bob, I know you did a little bit of research, but Greg, you obviously said you didn't know anything about werecats. Bob, what did you know before coming into?
Honestly, when you wafted the werecats at me for Greg, I was like, I didn't even know werecats existed.
You mean could exist? You mean exist?
Well, no.
Sorry, it's a skeptic in me.
Hey, that's all right. It's fine. But Greg, I will tell you, after this episode, with all of the great evidence and sources that we're about to throw at you, you're going to be a full-time were-tiger, were-cat, were-cougar, were-panther believer.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
So we'll go over it. Werecats, often described as an individual with the ability or curse to change into a type of anthropomorphic cat. So it could be a tiger, could be a panther, it could be a domestic house cat.
It could be the house cat, dude.
It could be a house cat. So, it's unlike werewolves. It doesn't require a full moon, and the lore depends kind of on the region and the myth. So there's different ways that like werewolves, like if you get scratched or bitten or whatever, or there's a full moon out, you turn into one. That's not like this with werecats. Their abilities include superhuman strength, speed, and healing, and this all comes from the most reliable source, Full High Moon Wiki. The shape-shifting ability, and then I cut out a little bit of an excerpt from that site about superhuman senses. Werecat senses are about 10 times as keen as an average human's, Greg, and about 5 times that of an average cat. Their eyesight extends into the infrared portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, has superhumanly visual acuity. Their vertically slit pupils allow a greater range of vision above and below, which allows them to more easily detect the movements of an opponent. Werecats' hearing is sufficiently acute as to detect a sound pressure level change from 4 decibels to 6
decibels.
Now, this gets very specific. At a range of 40 feet. So
wow, it's not that far.
No, it's not.
Hey, but how did they find it out, right? With her highly developed senses,
there's a control out there.
She can selectively sort through various odors so as to follow a quarry's trail. They can detect subtle alterations in the composition of perspiration that reflect mood or emotions, and is highly sensitive to pheromones.
Now, while I was doing my research,
he pulled up the website like 2 seconds ago.
He did.
I don't know if we were going to get into it, but I saw this might have been erotica research, but they simply they simply drank the water out of a paw print left by a werecat.
That's a good one.
So I'm just going to take that as canon. So
I mean, it's different. It is, but I like that one. We're going to stick with that one.
I have questions.
Hit me.
So
a werecat.
Does it have to be in order to turn into a werecat? Does it have to be a werecat paw you drink from?
That's just one way that they were able to turn
it. What if my cat walked outside and it made a paw print, and that paw print was deep enough to have a puddle, and I went out and slurped up some of it? Am I turning into a fucking werecat?
Try it.
I'll try it for sure.
Please do.
All right, this is how we find out.
It might not work with that. Might just be for tigers. Who knows?
I could be. I've seen something about Jupiter and some other of the other stuff out there with
it's so dumb. It really is. It's really dumb. But don't worry.
It's funny.
Be a believer. Now, unlike the werewolf, the weakness of the werecat is gold, the opposite of silver, obviously. It's also weak to electricity, just like the rest of us. I don't know why they put that on the site, but it's there. And mountain ash.
Makes sense.
Mountain
ash is kind of like one of those things that keeps evil spirits away.
What about mountain lions and cougars?
Dude, what about a spray bottle?
Oh my! If you put mountain ash with a little bit of water and apple cider vinegar,
just fucking destroy them.
So, like I said, it's kind of different on the regions as to what a werecat might be or how it might become a werecat. Somebody can, but we'll start with good old Europe, which in Europe, werecats are often associated with witchcraft. So this one you might be more familiar with. Both of you might be. So like witches turning themselves into cats. Like during witch trials and things, they would accuse them of turning into cats and like spying on them or following them. Or if like somebody went outside and they saw like a group of cats together, like people would freak out. And
hey, you witches over there!
Yeah, they would actually think that there's witches following them because there's a group of cats outside. So
right on.
Often described as oversized domesticated house cats and or panthers. So Europe and the UK has a weird thing with like big panthers. Like people in Britain were like, yeah, we keep seeing big panthers, and there's like no way that there'd be a big panther population there. But cats often believed to be companions of witches. So like you know how like every 30-year-old millennial white woman says, "Oh, that cat's my familiar" and stuff like that.
My fur baby.
Yeah, that's it. So that's
my fur baby is a lot better than my familiar. My familiar.
What is it? Sabrina the teenage witch or whatever. She has that black cat.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, his name's Sebastian.
That's
not his name.
Yep.
That's Sebastian's from Hocus Pocus, isn't it? No.
Sebastian's from Little Mermaid.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's the crab.
Under the
the one from Hocus Pocus is
Ichabod. No.
I really hate that movie.
Fine, I'll just look it up.
I'll look it
Binks?
up.
Is it Binks?
Yeah, that's the Hocus Pocus one.
Binks. What do you got?
The cat is.
Why is Hocus Pocus inappropriate?
Salem, the cat.
It's not Salem.
It's Salem Saberhagen.
You're gonna get roasted by the two ladies that actually listen to this podcast. There's two women that do, and you got it wrong.
No, it's Salem. It's 100% Salem, dude.
Goodbye.
I'm about to get canceled over saying Salem is a cat.
Yep. Now, in Europe and during the height of the witch trials and things like that, people were so afraid that towns and cities in Europe held cat burnings where they would grab cats.
Oh, no.
I see you laughing, Bob. I see you laughing. Why are you laughing at this, Bob? It's awful. They would round up cats, and obviously they would burn them. Now, some did it in different ways. The French would do it on John the Baptist Day. Obviously, Bob, you can't laugh at this. They're burning cats. They're burning cats. Jesus
Why are you laughing?
Keep going. Just let it run.
Real
now I see
shit,
your
Bob.
sixth sense of humor, Bob. Try to stay with me on this. In Yerps, Belgium, they have a day called Kattenstut. I did not pronounce that right at all. It's a festival celebrating the throwing of cats off the belt, off the bell tower at the cloth hall, often to symbolize destroying evil spirits. So these people were so afraid of werecats, they took them to the top of a bell tower and chucked them. Chucked them. Now, for all of you listening that are actually not laughing and more disgusted, I will have you know, in the modern festival, they don't throw actual cats; they throw plush ones from the tower to the kids now. So
wait, there's actually like a modern version of this?
Yeah, they throw plush cats out of this tower to commemorate the day they used to throw
a bunch of
out of the
kids.
tower.
When was the last time this festival has taken place?
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it goes on every year.
Yeah.
It's yearly?
Probably, like any festival.
Yeah, you have to ward off evil spirits, Greg.
I mean, back in the day, they would just walk up the tower with a bag of cats. And now they got to take the plush toys.
They would do it one by one, not the whole bag.
I don't know why you're still joking about it, Robert. It's pretty fucked up, honestly.
Yeah, it's awful. But you do have to do it one by one. If you threw the whole bag out at once, one of them might survive. So, but thankfully they don't do that anymore because we're smart enough to realize people don't turn into domestic house cats. Witches do. And if you know a witch, then you can kill the cat. And like we said, in Europe and often in colonial America, the same thing. It didn't happen at the Salem witch trials. They didn't have a cat that they thought somebody turned into. They had 2 dogs that they killed. They're like, that witch turned into a dog and followed me around. It's like, all right, well, we're going to kill that dog then. I see the cat. So, I don't know about you, but I think the only thing I've ever done is dissect a cat. I don't think I've ever thrown one.
I don't think I've ever dissected a cat. I'm pretty sure they stopped doing that in like early 2000s, man.
That's wrong. Because
now it's like frogs.
Did you do it? Did we do it in our high school? Because I did
a cat. I did a cat.
I don't think I was smart enough.
I remember.
I might have skipped that day.
Awful. I spilled formaldehyde everywhere. The room smelled for like 2 weeks. It was good stuff. Well, it was so weird. He's like, "Yep, want to do dissections," and he like brings in like this cart full of just dead cats. I was like, "Oh my god!" I mean, when you move down to Africa, Greg, to answer your question, you've got stories of were-lions and were-leopards. So, not just were-tigers, were-cat,
all right, yeah. So it's werecats of all varieties. Understood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Were-lynxes, were-bearcats, whatever you want. There's 2 of them that come to mind: the Nunda and the Mungwa.
Is that 4 consonants and 1 vowel? Yeah?
It is. The vowel is all the way at the end. MNGWA. So
this is the most confusing word I've ever seen in my life.
Look, it's a word. Some of those stories say the were-leopards often come down to mate with women and produce shape-shifting offspring. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And were-lion myths are used to describe royalty or strong fighters. So they have one really good fighter in the tribe, and they're like, that guy turns into a fucking lion every once a month, and he just goes and wrecks shit.
I've read a few of those stories.
Yeah, I'm sure you. We're gonna get to that. I don't even want to get to it. 1938, Britishman William Hitchens encountered locals in Tanzania who described a giant were-lion. So the tribes in Africa had their own werecat stories, and it's not prominent in the United States at all. But other continents, it's pretty popular. It's like when you go to India and China and in Asia, there's a lot of them, like all over the place. India, obviously, because they're full of tigers. They often describe were-tigers, and I have a story here from, what is this site?
NST?
No, it's probably some stupid site that I picked. Let's see. The New Straits Times. Reputable. This is from 2014. It's titled "In Pursuit of the Were-Tiger." He could be one.
No.
She could be one.
Don't do that.
That baby could be one. But
that baby is definitely one.
It's possible.
She
probably mated with the were-tiger. So
no.
Far away in the jungle,
no.
As I have been told several times in Selangor, the tiger folk have a town of their own where they live in houses and act in every respect like human beings. There are several of those tiger villages or enclosures in the peninsula. English philologist? That one got me. Walter Scoot's account of were-tigers in 1900 sounds like yet another annoying colonial excitement over the superstition of the other in primitive lands. More than a century later, books, films, and poems by foreigners, locals alike, still feature the elusive were-tiger as an integral part of communities' belief systems in Malaysia and other parts of Asia. Stories of were-tigers in Malay and Orang Asli folklore are rife. The ability to transform from man into were-tiger is said to be exclusive to the Kerinci Malays from Sumatra. Descendants of these Malays are today scattered throughout peninsular Malaysia. Although were-tigers might live in villages with humans, entire settlements of were-tigers also exist. So full cities. So just
amazing. I love it.
Absolutely. So there's your proof, Greg. I mean,
there it is. The Straight Times wouldn't get it wrong.
Yeah, definitely not. I've never. Sounds like a reputable source. They got $1,500 Fendi boots over on the side there. So
you have to. News today has to make money somehow, Greg. Although were-tigers, no, I read that. Sumatrans believe the were-tiger homes are made of roofs thatched with human hair, walls made of human skin, and beams of human bones.
Jeez.
In his paper, The Last Tiger of East Java, Robert Wessing Ponderson, the intermediate nature of the were-tiger and his relationship with humans. On the one hand, Wessing says the were-tiger is revered as a protector. On the other hand, he is denouncing his personification of the more immoral characteristics of a man. Traditional Malay tales of were-tiger shapeshifting take place either through inheritance, black magic, or through fasting.
If you fast long enough, you can become a cat.
Some say were-tigers only take on their animal form when they're guarding plantations at night. Identifying a were-tiger isn't easy.
Oh no.
However, Malaysian folklore suggests a man vomiting chicken feathers should be a suspect, as chickens were were-tiger culinary favorites. Experience grants certainty. My photographer found that I decided to embark on a tiger
out of a cartoon. If a man's coughing chicken feathers,
vomits chicken feathers, you should probably look into it. Makes sense. We're tracking down the most baffling animal in all of Malaysia, the Harimau Jadian.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, Greg, I mean, you can tell. Like, look at this. Look at this article, Greg.
There's so much compelling evidence. I honestly can't think of anything that would convince me otherwise that this isn't true. Tigers turn into pussycats.
That's a football article, but it might be related.
It looks like a soccer match happened. Yeah, so
football.
You see, like in Malaysia, they talk about you inherit werecatism, so you're just born with it.
I like it.
Or you perform black magic, which is probably the most logical way.
I mean,
so you were just born as a werecat?
Yeah, if you were,
yeah.
If a werecat came down and mated with a woman, you would be just born a werecat, right?
A werecat.
It's always hereditary.
It's not hard science,
right? Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that, it's actually really hard.
I mean, can you deny that? I think it's
no, it really makes you think. Honestly,
yeah, it really does. And like it said in the article, in rural farming areas, they're portrayed as like protectors. So, he's like the hero of the story. Just turns into I don't know what he would fight other tigers. Like, would he just turn into a were-tiger to fight other tigers?
That'd be pretty sweet.
Because I think that's the biggest predator that they have there, right?
Well, you'd probably be a bigger predator if you're a tiger and man. I mean,
you would be, but you would have to fight other tigers. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing else going to attack the village other than another tiger.
I don't want to fight a tiger.
If I was a were-tiger, I would want to fight a tiger. No. Japan has the I'm gonna fuck a lot of these up. So Japan has a Bakaneko.
That was pretty good.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Do you know the Bakaneko?
Somebody's got to be positive here.
A lot of these might be anime things. You know more about this. You're probably gonna hit me on some pronunciations, so just call it out. But it is a demon cat or a supernatural ghost cat. Obviously.
Wait. In Naruto, he turns into a cat of nine tails. Is he a werecat?
I tried to find.
That's a fox, brother. That's a nine-tailed
Jesus
I told you I don't watch anime.
That was pretty bad.
I watch Legend of Korra. It's not anime.
I don't know how to react to that. What was that really weird? What was the anime Inuyasha? Wasn't he like a dog or a cat? What was he?
He is a dog, and Inuyasha is like the first anime that I really liked.
He has dog.
He's half demon, half human.
Half dog.
So he's not a werecat. He is
demon
dog. He's a
demon.
He's half demon dog.
He's more a were demon wolf.
He's dog. He doesn't really bite things. He does have a collar that, not a collar, it's a necklace. But when people say sit to him, he assumes the position of slamming his face into the ground.
I do remember that the lady yelled sit at him. That's about as much because Adult Swim.
That's Kagome.
They never played the episodes in order, so I had no idea what the fuck.
It's pretty fucked up, honestly.
It was awful, but I fell asleep to it every night. Thank you.
It's a great show. I have the manga right behind me. I can grab it right now for you.
I've seen it. I've seen it, Greg. Absolutely, I saw it.
I can see if there's any werecats in there.
It's I tried to look for some in that realm, but I couldn't understand what the fuck I was looking at. So I moved on. I was like, that's too deep. This is not Goku, so I don't know what I'm talking. I don't know what's going on. So here's some stories from another reputable source, JapanAvenue.com, about the Japanese Bakaneko. Absolutely killed it. The legend of Takasu Genbi, 100%. After she lost her cat, Takasu Genbi's mother behavior changed dramatically. Usually sociable, she began to isolate herself regularly, avoiding the company of her relatives while she was taking refuge in her room to eat. Takasu saw a cat-like figure through the open door devouring a carcass. Curiously, the monster was wearing his mother's clothes. Terrified, the man killed the abominable creature, which suddenly took on the appearance of the missing cat. So that's like a old tale there, I guess. It works. It's pretty bulletproof there. I don't see how you could deny that.
You can't.
Another one is haunted by a Bakaneku. Otoyo.
That one's a little worse, but I'll forgive you for it.
What do you mean? It's Otoyo.
You said Baki.
You got it. You got it. That's pretty good.
You're doing great, buddy.
That's pretty good. You got it. The favorite lady of
Bobby keeps yelling.
Nabeshima had trouble finding her sleep. One night, while she was waking up from a terrible nightmare, the young woman was attacked by a monstrous cat. After killing her, the cat immediately took on the appearance of her victim in order to seduce the prince. Blinded by the beauty of the false Otoya, Nabeshima did not notice any change. He liked to spend time with his beauty. Later, the prince fell ill, and despite the arrival of many healers, no one could find the reason for his ailments. He too had nightmares and woke up weaker and weaker every morning until he lost his mind. Every night, guards watched over Prince Nabeshima. Strangely enough, the guards could not resist sleep and always ended up falling asleep. Among them, a young soldier named Ito Soda took his mission particularly to heart. While all the guards who were watching over the prince had fallen asleep, Soda, feeling tired, cut his knee with his dagger. Using his pain to stay awake, the young guard succeeded in braving the sleep that was making him dizzy. Thus he saw Otoyo going into the prince's room. He understood that this beautiful woman was in fact a vampire cat who fed on the blood of Lord Nabeshima. When she was caught, Otoya was quickly executed. It is said that when she died, the young woman turned into a big black cat.
There's a lot going on there, but
that was a whole ass tale.
Well, first I'm trying to prove to you the existence of vampire werecats.
I thought you were trying to prove the werecats.
Yeah, this one's vampiric as well.
Some supplementing with some
I guess I guess that was part of their skill set, right?
Look, I learned a lot of things about werecats.
I learned a lot right now.
I didn't know that they were weak to electricity until I read. I never would have known. Never would have known. Never did I think about taking a car battery, hooking it up. The Japanese ones obviously fit. If you look at these, they all fit so far. They all fit kind of
They're stories. All kind of the same thing. I see what you mean.
Yeah, they fit legends and stories that are pretty regional. I mean, yeah, like I said, when we get to the Americas, which we'll do next, pre-colonial or colonial America was the same as Europe with witches. So, now pre-Columbian America, excuse me, the Scotch is coming back up real quick. America shows us the Aztec use of were-jaguars and shamans and warriors. So if you've ever played Age of Empires 2, the Jaguar warriors, right?
Yeah.
So they
No, I'm under the age of 40.
Shut up.
Why's it got to be like that, man? Like, I throw you a gaming reference that's one of the only ones I know. And
it's okay.
You hit me right in the cock. You
absolute right classic banger of Age of Empires.
I will tell you, if you're under the age of 32, you should try that game. It's quite good.
Make it a sub goal.
Greg, what game were you playing? What game were you playing on stream before you got here?
I was playing Popeye.
It's okay.
It just came out in 2021. It was quite the experience. I had to drink a heavy amount of alcohol.
I don't blame
to get through it. It was very good.
It's worth it though. Sometimes the worst games are funnier than the actual good games.
I got paid to do it, so it kind of offset the fact that I had to do it at all.
That too. Hey, I thought it was a good game, but
that's funny.
And now the Aztecs get back on track. The Aztecs, obviously, when they hunted jaguars, the shamans would put on jaguar pelts, jaguar heads, and then the warriors would wear jaguar things. And they had some traditions and stories about the same thing as in Africa. Their best warriors turning into jaguars and fucking shit up. So
sounds pretty badass.
Yeah. Werecat origins are kind of hard to pin down. Kind of like it's more of like a regional myth thing. Like obviously the Aztecs didn't know people in Africa pre-Columbian times, and So they all had their stories. So it just, all of these different areas had stories of werecats going back, centuries. Just proves that they're real. I mean, they couldn't communicate.
It's true.
They couldn't talk about it. So why are all these werecat stories all over the world? You know what I mean?
You've convinced me.
Yeah,
you speak in such a tone that is so.
I do. That was probably the worst selling point I've ever thrown out there, but I don't have a lot to work with here. So I have one story later that will probably convince you.
I got one too. I got a few.
Yeah. Now, as far as like shape-shifting goes nowadays, it's more occultist like, more stemming, if you look back at it, the history of it would more stem probably from the witch trials. Most of what we know about in Western ideology would be more from that. So J.C. Street, a 19th century occultist, believed that shape-shifting was possible by transforming the ethereal fluid we float around in. Bob, now I know what ethereal fluid is, but can you explain that for everybody listening what that is for me, Bob?
Yeah, can you explain to me what ethereal fluid is? I feel like I don't know what the hell that is.
Now we float around in it.
The ethereal fluid is always changing and dynamic. It's kind of like it's the lifeblood that it binds all humans and anything all together, and it's kind of like being out in the ether, but it's I don't know what it is.
That's well said. Well, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Yep. I didn't even want to touch that one when I looked at it. I was like, I'm just going to put it in there, but I'm not actually going to look at what that fuck that means.
You just made me.
Yeah, I had no idea what it is. I just fucking whatever. The Malus Maleficarum, the Catholic witch hunting manual, often believed that witches can transform into cats and can use illusions by demons to conjure cats. So, like I said, witch trials, Catholics didn't like it. They put it in an actual book that witches can transform into cats. And a New Age author, John Perkins, believes that you can just shapeshift with mental power. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. If you believe it.
John Perkins.
What's that?
Thank you, John Perkins. Now, if I believe I'm a werecat, I can be one.
Yes, I was going to include. Oh no, actually, I did. Don't worry, Greg. I got you. I got you. I'll skip this story for a minute. I'll come right back to it because speaking of that, Greg, since you brought it up, I want you to try this because I was reading this big article on a few steps. Lynn Roberts, shaman tips on shapeshifting.
Okay,
so,
I'm ready.
Good. A few steps to follow. Close your eyes. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. Jesus. Now, Greg, think of a dilemma, something that you are having an issue with or that bothers you.
Got it. The internet. Got it.
An example that they give is pesticide use in the environment.
That's
so if this bothers you, if that really makes you angry, think about that.
Pesticide pisses me off.
Yeah. Turn into your emotion and label them. Are you, as they spell it, angry, disappointed, outraged, or do you feel sad, hopeless, or confused about pesticides in the environment?
I'm pissed off.
Good. Well, let go of those negative thoughts and take a few more deep cleansing breaths.
Just breathe it in, breathe it out.
Into the nose, out through the mouth.
There you go.
Now, go back to your childhood, Greg. Think of something in nature that you had an affinity with. Could be a tree, a flower, stuffed animal, a bear cat.
Okay, got it.
Think about it. Think about this being from nature and allow your senses to emerge. Try to see, feel, touch, smell, and hear it as if it's right in front of you. Become aware of the subtle qualities, the gentleness, the unique colors, or graceful presence.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Yep.
Now, Greg, important step here. You will begin to shapeshift and take on the form of your chosen nature being. The merging will fit like a glove. Now, there are two ways to merge, so listen closely. Imagine the
He's changing.
flower,
I can see
animal.
him changing.
Bobby's in a dog already into a dog. He's got spots. The animal, or whichever is your chosen nature being, is just a few feet in front of you. Enter the nature being as if you could walk right into that tree, flower, animal, etc. Imagine that your body is morphing into the full form of that being. For example, if you were morphing into a tree, you would morph into its branches, its trunk, its roots. Sense what it feels like when your body takes form. How do you feel, Greg? What'd you pick?
I picked a cat because I felt it was relevant. I gotta say, after trying it, I am still me, and I am not a cat. So
it is a bit disappointing to see that you're still there and not a
Yeah,
it is. I honestly, when I opened my eyes, I was like, when I looked at my camera, I was like, oh fuck.
I'm a cat.
I could be.
I'm not drunk enough right now.
I could be a cat if I open my eyes. I don't want to chance it.
Yeah.
Well, if you're at home, rewind, replay it, and try to do it yourself.
It'll take some practice, but
it will.
I think eventually we can all do it.
I have only grown out one paw so far, so we're getting there.
It's insane.
I got a tail.
Yeah.
Believe it.
Bob's full on. Now, when I was reading this, like she said that she had turned into a bird and like flew around and like did some stupid shit, but I didn't include it.
That's relevant information. You should have included that.
I don't understand it.
So
they're using like the trees and flowers and stuff like that. If you're trying to shapeshift into like a tree, you just turn into a fucking tree.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, bro. Like, I want to form myself to be like the thing that stands still for thousands of years. It's an enthralling thought, really, when I think about it.
There was a few tips on how to shapeshift. One was like, yeah, can you believe that? One was like, if you want to become a wolf, you have to act like a wolf. It's like you have to act like this all the time, like get on all fours and like bark at people and shit. I was like, who is telling people to do this?
Yeah,
like,
there are people that do.
There
that.
are people. There are people that do that.
What's that? Kin? Is that?
I don't know, man.
Are you calling
other kin?
You're.
Damn it! I'm in a dog suit. I'm talking about other kin. Yeah. Okay. I think I stumbled onto something here.
Yeah, we know. We have listened to what you wrote.
Oh.
So I have a story here, Greg, from the most reliable sources. Reddit. This is posted on True Scary Stories.
Holy shit!
It doesn't show.
Did they write a novel? Oh, there it is.
It's not bad.
It popped up. It popped up.
Oh, there the user Boy Eats Worlds.
Is that boy or box?
Boy, BOI, and something popped up on my screen and I can't see jack shit. What's this? What's this bullshit? Whatever. So this is called the Werecat of Lot 120. All right. Another unexplained story from my possibly haunted trailer park. And I told it as dramatically as humanly possible for your enjoyment. Hope you like it. Werecat of Lot 120. It has been more than a decade since the great battle between the werecat, my family, and I at old Lot 120. The details of that night are imprinted in my mind like a neck tattoo. I really regret, but cannot afford to remove. But before I begin, I must tell you the nature of the monster in its natural form, a history of its personality when the beast was not upon it, so that you may understand what confusion we faced that night. Now, he names his cat. I will now tell you the origin of Frodo Baggins. Not a bad cat name, as far as cat names go.
It's okay. I think
it's pretty good.
You name her cat like literally any other Lord of the Rings character. Maybe better.
I mean, come on. What do you want to do?
Come here, little Gandalf.
He's obviously writing this, Greg. We know what kind of Frodo came to us in the usual method. Me finds cat, keeps cat. But his entrance was unique and pitiful that one could not help but love him. He had been found on my way to the bus stop when another trailer park brat claimed to hear meowing from the woods. I promptly went to investigate. The temperature was frigid enough to have me gasping as I stepped over a shredded grocery sack And beyond the tree line, upon calling, I was eventually able to locate the source, a small kitten frozen to the snow with his own urine. His cry was weak, and I pried him from the cold ice and placed him against my chest. At home, it was quickly decided between me and my mother and myself that this animal needed vet care. We learned he was suffering from a broken pelvis and a frostbitten tail. A solid inch of it would fall off in the weeks to come, leaving him stumpy. An important detail to remember for the next part of this story. The vet heavily suggested the likelihood that the cat had come from the bag I had seen near the tree line. But he was safe now, and in loving arms, and perhaps biding his time until he could reveal his true identity, that of a werecat. Several years later, the trailer park was inhabited by my sister, her boyfriend, and by myself. As a well-fit, inducing number of cats and other creatures, Frodo Baggins, as the kitten had grown up to be called, was enjoying his adulthood companion to the charismatic cat Fra Angelo Tiptail, still young enough to play, but old enough to pretend it had happened. He was one of our few indoor cats at the time. As stated, his tail was short. He was also small in stature, his eyes placid yet bright green, and his mood was to match. Never so much as a growl had come from his throat. This particular night was that of the lunar eclipse, which was an academically as an academically challenged student, I found an incredible mistake. He's saying he didn't understand how lunar eclipses work. He's saying I was too stupid to know how a lunar eclipse worked. The moon was not, but deep orange disk frowning down upon us as we came home late from wherever we'd been. When we left, all cats had been accounted for and the trailer was at peace. Now, as it happened, the boyfriend's bedroom was in the back of the trailer beyond the bathroom, and it was locked to keep the cats out. Our front door had been locked at night, and nothing was irregular upon our homecoming. The boyfriend retreated to his own locked room as my sister and I attended to our own needs, but instantly he was bounding out again, back down the hall and into the kitchen, screaming, "There's a giant black cat in my room," he claimed. We had two black cats. One was elderly and sitting on the counter, and the other was Frodo. I assumed he was stupid, but followed him into his room. Sure enough, there was a giant black cat. How had it gotten there? Who did it belong to? So ferocious was this monster that it clawed and howled when we attempted to approach it. We came at it cautiously at first, but there was no soothing it. From either side, we tried to trap it without it flaying our precious skins. But as we struggled valiantly against it, the angrier and seemingly large cat seemed to get. It spit and scratched, it growled and lashed, its long whip-like tail, a tail straight from hell itself. Its orange eyes glowed with fury. And finally, with an acquired cat-wrangling skill, we managed to capture the demon spawn. Quickly and literally, we tossed it out the front door. Holy crap, where did that come from? We all stared at each other, eyes wide, confused, and a little bloody. After all, with the curiosity that gets people killed in horror movies, we went outside to see what the evidence was that we could find. But the werecat, who had charged in the direction of the woods, was gone. However, Frodo was patiently waiting, small and tranquil as ever, on the porch to be let back in. A rarity, as we never let him out. He looked at us, slightly offended, and walked to the door. The only black cat in sight. See?
Yeah. So I like.
See?
The only I have to run it up right now, and it's very recent. This was written a month ago, so obviously they're still around. Greg, the first I understand his name now, and it's actually kind of clever.
Yeah.
The first comment says, "Well, could you tell us the significance of the stubtail, as well as what other than the color of said beastie?" Jesus, these people made you believe Frodo Baggins, or was it rather the culprit? So they wrote it as Frodo Baggins. They found the cat in a bag, right by a torn grocery bag. So
yeah,
it makes sense.
Frodo Baggins.
Yeah, he's a cat in a bag.
That's a good name.
That's clever.
This other site we found is Werecat in the Woods.
Just drop that story like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, nothing else interesting there. Let's move on.
I'm going to tell you, the stories, like I said, the stories that I found, this episode would be just a whole furry convention. It really would. I tried. This is rough. This is this is pretty important.
What am I looking at right now? I switched back to the
Weebly.com. In Parker, Colorado, schools across the town are educating their children about werecats. Our youth can now protect themselves and their families in the future. In Colorado, 2 werecat moons and the first snow bring werecat season to an early start.
What?
What the hell? I'm losing my mind. Are we even talking about the same thing anymore?
Hang on.
It's werecat, yeah. In California, the werecat population is an all-time low, Greg, as werecats seem to be migrating to Colorado from Washington State. Officials are preparing citizens to endure a long and hard werecat season this year.
Where are their sources, bro?
I was about to say I need the sources.
Some fucking sources.
Hang on. This person says, I believe in werecats and my story of survival should convince you too. I now carry an emergency werecat kit everywhere and support werecat in the woods. What?
Where do you see that?
I just opened up a random link. Oh my goodness.
Denver. Werecats have been reported walking up and down Colfax. Citizens are warned to stay indoors after 2 a.m. The werecat.
This has got to be like somebody's like D&D campaign that they made into a website or something.
Can you click on the about? I need the about.
No, it's pretty bad. That was
no,
I'm sure. Don't tell me it was the about. You gotta take a survey. No.
How did you hear about this site? Other.
Wait. It's at the top.
I was gonna put something else, but that's fine. Yeah, believe in werecat. Yes, submit. Thank you.
Oh Jesus, that was the shortest survey.
Well, hey, look.
I just want to know how you found it. Can you contact them for me and tell them this is the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's
just a cat, bro.
These are
just cats, man.
That's just a cat.
That's a World of Warcraft character.
This is a cat. That's a shark.
That's a shark, man.
Werecats
and sharks are alike because their eyes are beady and black. This is Bob Burgers. I'm literally grasping at straws.
We can contact them. You have to leave this. Do you want me to put your email in, Greg?
No.
Yeah.
You can put my Twitch in there.
I
go ahead and plug that.
I almost want to put it in there, but no, I mean, this site, they know what's up.
Stormageddon, Dark Lord of all, the king of the werecats. He rules them with an iron paw in Weredoor at the far reaches of Middle Were Earth.
This is a World of Warcraft character, bro.
This dude, this is if Richard made a website.
That's why the
Did you make this, Richard?
I wish I was smart enough and talented enough to make what we just looked at.
I don't know, bro.
I'd be in the gold if I was that good.
Oh no, I see aspiring writer in the tag.
Yes,
this does not bode well for a hero.
It's just a quick debate because now that we know we've proven. I mean, we already know werewolves exist. Like that one's not even a question.
Yep.
Like the dog man werewolf. Yeah. That one's on the straight. Now that we're 90% sure weretigers exist after listening to the things that we talked about today, who would win in a fight? Who would win?
You're asking who would win in a fight between a werewolf and a weretiger?
Yeah.
I'm saying a weretiger. Locking it in.
I gotta like hold on. I gotta read this. I'll read it. The situation leading up to the event is quite important. A weretiger or any werecat that wasn't a domestic cat for that matter would probably overpower a werewolf. Any large cat could take down a wolf. After all, however, considering a werewolf would probably be more prone to working out and generally have more of an active lifestyle and travel in groups and have other werewolf friends probably nearby, they would probably have a bit of a chance against them. So they're working, werewolves are working out, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, you think a weretiger's out there benching 400? I doubt it.
Yes.
I'm tapping in on the werewolf.
Tigers are pretty.
Wait,
but also
is Chester Cheetah a werecat?
Okay, hold on.
Chester Cheetah would be a werecat, yes.
Okay.
He's just a cat, man.
No, he walks on two legs, Greg, and he wears. Does he not wear sunglasses?
He does not. Oh my god, he does. Holy shit!
No.
Everything makes sense all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good argument.
Yeah, Chester Cheetah, the Cheetos mascot, the totally real Cheetos mascot.
Yeah. I mean, Adam Hartline says, well, obviously we're tigers. And he follows it up with, well, actually, no. So it's not as obvious.
Thank you, Adam.
Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks.
Fuck. Tony the Tiger. Okay, sorry.
Tony the Tiger is a werecat.
Dude, he'd fuck a werewolf up, dude. Tony the Tiger is shredded.
But here's the thing, right? Werewolves would only come out during like a full moon, right?
Yeah.
So
but they travel in packs, right? So
if they catch them on a non-full moon night,
they're not going to be a werewolf. How are they going to know?
They could smell them. They have like 8 layers of smell. Didn't you listen to the beginning of the podcast?
At 40 meters. Good luck.
You got to be close. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
You better be closer than that.
So, before we get into the theories about what werecats actually are, Greg, we're going to do a thing called Bob's Books.
Okay, I'm ready.
So Bob is going to read us. Bob did a lot of research. He picked out 3 informational books for us. He's going to read a synopsis. One of them he wrote himself.
Oh, no.
We have to pick out which one he wrote.
Okay, I got it.
I will tell you, Bob's very good at this game. Like, I've only got it once out of like 8
I feel like I know Bobby well enough to know which one he's done. So I'm ready.
We'll get him. Okay.
You're not getting me. I feel confident.
All right. Well, I got 3 books here. I did some extensive research. My wife caught me, and she was very disappointed.
Hold on, before you start, break that down. So you were
all right. So
you were doing this.
On. I was writing it, and Wesley's at the top of the stairs. He just woke up from his nap, and so
were you in your
I minimized everything. What's up?
I would too if I was embarrassed.
I wasn't in. I wasn't in the dog suit. I was in my regular clothes. And Wesley came downstairs, and he was playing with the keyboard and stuff like that. And he didn't alt tab it back up, but I was bringing it up so he could play with the keyboard in Microsoft Word. And then I didn't notice Mindy was right behind me, and she was like reading, and she was just like this. She just walked away. So at least it wasn't the research phase; it was the writing phase.
Oh, God. All right, hit us.
Robert. She knows the deal.
She's proud of you.
So, all right, the first one is called "Seduced by the Lynx." The lynx cat was strange from the moment she brought it into the house, always watching her while she showered and dressed. One night, while she was preparing for a date, the cat convinces her that perhaps everything she ever needed is already right there in front of her. Warning: contains hot, graphic interspecies sex between a woman and a lynx. Unsuitable for those under the age of 18. 5,000 words, blah, blah. That was... I kept these ones a little tamer.
So she brought a lynx into her house?
Yes, this lady brought a lynx into her house, and it always watched her, and then it just started talking to her about how you got everything you need. You got everything you need at home.
I don't think that was his either.
Okay.
I don't think it was.
Because he wouldn't put warning.
He wouldn't put warning. He would have been
maybe that's
Go ahead.
Maybe that's the scent I'm throwing off there,
Nice try.
Okay. Next one. Well, you can contact the author at TaylorSolomon9@yahoo.com. So, The Werecats Summer Heat is the next book. Thomas is a werecat who ran away from his home on the Asian continent to the United States in order to escape hunters who want to skin him for his fur. His new home, deep in a forest, is a lonely existence, but werecats like him are loners. Then Sean arrives just as Thomas's heat for the summer starts up. Thomas has never seen or scented another were like this were. Sean is magnificent, and Thomas can't help but want the werewolf as his heat mate. Now only if Sean will agree to it.
Oh my I was completely compelled until the end. I was like, this is definitely Robert. Now I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I have to hear the last one, bro. You wrote one of these? Oh my god.
Yes, he's Greg. When I tell you, Bob has penmanship for erotic writing. He's good at it.
All right, so last one. The title is My Ninth Life. This is the last of my many lives. Every time I die, I come back in a different place. Some terrible, some great. This is my ninth life, and I came back to live with a man and a woman. During the day, I live a good life. The man just plays a lot of games on some sort of machine and occasionally shows me to people. They call me Rocky, but my real name is Lencho, the Furious. Little does the man know I'm a werecat. After the man goes to slumber at night, I slink out of the house and turn into a man. In these many tales, I relive the salacious nights in the concrete jungle.
Oh my god. Christ.
So it's that one, right?
Yeah.
This one I pandered. I didn't tell Rich. I pandered to you.
You pandered to me. I was convinced it was the second one until I heard the third one, and I was like, he said it's Rocky, man. Rocky's the name of my cat. That's my son.
There are some debaucherous stories out there.
What you should have thrown in there was like a hot, steamy sex scene, and then it would have been sold. And change the name.
Change the name.
I get out, and I bang the wife.
We've done some. There's some. Bob's written some pretty nasty debauchery.
I don't like being lewd.
Absolutely.
You should honestly. That should be like you should have a YouTube channel if you don't already, and it should just be a montage of Bobby's
we have
fanfics.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll edit out. Now, I've told Bobby he could sell, like, people ask for this stuff all the time. He could make like a couple bucks off a story here and there.
Hang on, let me see. Let me open this real quick.
You've talked about
keep going.
A giant turtle's cock before. It be that.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cock. What the hell?
Which
Talk about turtle dick?
Oh, I can read the camel one.
Read the camel.
No, I don't want to hear the camel.
You don't want to hear the camel one?
No, read him the camel one.
I want it to be saved for when I see this montage of Bobby fanfic.
This one,
that's what I want.
There's a lot of them. This one won't ruin it. Trust me.
Wait. Oh, that's it. Okay.
I love how you have them saved all on your.
Well,
that's because you've been adding to them.
A file of written.
I've been adding. They were great starts. Okay, it's this one's called "In the Desert We Ride." Michael starts off his normal. Michael starts off his normal day by putting on his VR headset and entering his favorite desert world. In this world, Michael is a well-built, handsome man that is the hero of the story. Michael has recently leveled up in his journey and has to save the camel princess, Al Khalifa, from the sandworm territory. Al Khalifa, part camel, part woman, has beautiful long legs and voluptuous breasts. Read ahead to see if Michael can save Al Khalifa as he approaches the worm castle. Will he spend the night alone with the beautiful princess, or will this be game over for Michael?
Oh, the camel has the large, voluptuous breasts.
Nice legs and large, voluptuous breasts.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing the turtle one now. That was disgusting.
You are a treasure. You are.
Dude, thank you.
You're welcome. I needed to give you one.
I'll be back next week.
If you're listening and you'd like a personalized story, reach out to us. almostnormalpod@gmail.com. I will write it for you.
I can make it personal. I'll do it even longer than just a synopsis. I'll do at least a chapter or two.
Longer, steamier.
Wow.
Yeah.
X-rated.
Uncut.
Oh God. I don't even.
Uncut.
Oh,
I hate my life.
No. It's Bob always works with circumcised. So now that we're through the literature, most of those 2 books probably are available on Amazon or Goodreads if you are for some reason interested in.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
One was $10, I think.
Yeah, they're like $2.
$10, huh?
No, I think that one was expensive. The one was very expensive.
They're usually like $2. So if you're interested, go buy them.
Yeah, it was like paperback only, and she has to send it to you. So
yeah. Paperback's easier to clean. So
what?
So theories.
Let's get into theories here.
I've got a couple theories. Werecats actually exist. Pretty positive.
Yeah, this is pretty straight there. Yeah.
The second theory is no, they don't. Also probable. The third theory, last episode we talked about MK Ultra and how they are slowly releasing mind control things into our videos to make us femboys and furries. Could be stories of werecats. It could be. That's a theory. And or the world has more furries than we know of. Because there are a lot of werecat stories.
Just me simply plugging that into my search bar. I was like, oh, this is a lot.
Which we're not. I'm not shaming.
No.
Have at it. Do what you enjoy. We all do weird things.
Maybe it's somebody in a really good fursuit out and about.
They make them pretty good now.
Making the sightings.
They make them pretty good after what I just saw.
They are
like, holy shit. My God.
So I went to a major Smash tournament recently. And at the Smash tournament, people are all dressed up and stuff because people are excited that it's like the first big tournament back since, COVID and stuff. And I played a Yoshi main that was in a full fursuit. Full purple large fursuit. I don't know how they did it. It was insane.
Did they keep the head on and played?
Yes.
No.
It was insane. I'm not playing with you. One of my they were okay. They took a game off of me because they killed me with the wackest down B I've ever seen in my life. I literally destroyed them game 3. It was not even close. I was so angry that I lost the game. I was like, I can't afford to lose this. My entire reputation goes out the window if this happens. But they're actually good. And they were super nice. But full fursuit.
Did you go to Techo Shokan with us, Rich?
I did. I got drunk and I almost got kicked out. Because I had that big horn. I got kicked out of the one. Alex kicked me out of the one room. Because no way, absolutely no way I could have been allowed in that room for the rest of the time. And then I had the giant horn. I remember I went to the bar and I drank like scotch, just a couple straight scotches, and then we had that horn thing. And I was getting yelled at and chased around by the security people.
You had the Vuvuzuela.
I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
because they had that rave afterwards, and they had like a handful of fursuits, and they were fursuiting around. And I was like, it's so hot.
All of the sweaty white,
just
people who can't dance in the middle. Absolutely beautiful.
I loved it.
It was gorgeous.
Techo is a lot of fun.
They have Smash tournaments too, right?
They did. They did. I think I played in the Smash tournament, and I got my ass kicked. This is like, it's par for the course. Yeah,
I think Alex didn't do the Smash tournament, did he?
No, he was trying to flirt with my before she was my wife or something, probably.
I can't remember. Look, wow. I don't remember much of it, but
we all drank heavily.
That sounds like a part. That sounds like a part you.
It's what?
This sounds like a part you leave out of the podcast.
No, we bear it all, Greg. If anybody wants to know anything about us, we're just gonna.
The crazy thing about the Smash tournament where I played the furry guy, the guy in the full fursuit, somebody in my chat mentioned that they apparently they're like part of like a giant like Discord where they all like, where like just a bunch of them get together and they just talk about stuff, right? And they had mentioned me in that Discord because I had beaten them in that tournament, and I was like, what the hell?
Those things are expensive, man.
You had a furry bounty put out on you. Now, like I said, if you're into anything, we're all into weird stuff.
Of course, yes.
Like, I'm literally talking about
whatsoever.
No shaming.
I'm talking about the dumbest shit every 2 weeks. So
literally have the
get at it.
My community is like very
yeah.
How would you say it? Like not decisive.
No, they're very
diverse. It's
diverse, very diverse.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like all walks of life.
Yeah, that's what you always treat people with respect and things like that. But most of those people are really nice. Am I going to do it? No, I'm not.
No,
but
well, I'm in a dog suit right now, so
I did buy a kigurumi. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, is that a waifu pillow?
No, it's not a waifu pillow. It's like your dog suit. But it was at round 1. It's of Monokuma, if you're familiar. He's the bear. He's the bear from Danganronpa.
Oh, it's that white bear that punches the bag?
Yeah, that's him.
That's pretty badass.
Well done. You just spoke a whole nother language that I did not get. Absolutely.
Wait, are you gonna wear that anywhere?
I thought about wearing it on stream.
Why didn't you wear it? Did you just get it yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh.
Post
you
that.
need to have a whole stream about it because
Post that,
I
Bob,
love
so
it.
I know what the heck I'm looking at here. But
Greg can spell better than I can. He's already had it loaded.
It's Greg.
It's in there.
But we appreciate you coming on, Greg.
No, yeah, it was a good time.
Glad that
it's fun.
We could show you the world of werecats and what they actually are.
Appreciate you having me.
Yep.
It was I'm glad the